For having me. Last run of the marathon. I'm excited. Welcome to Tears of the Kingdom Any Percent. With me is LovelySirius.
Hello, I'm LovelySirius.
He is LovelySirius and I'm seriouschallenges. We both held the world record in this game in Any Percent at some point, and we're gonna show you the most recent route of this game. It's really, really hard. And before I keep talking forever, let's start this. I'm gonna give you a countdown from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Good luck, Sirius.
Thank you. I will need it. So this run I would not call marathon safe. Maybe I should have taught them before. But there is a lot of really hard stuff in this game, and I hope Sirius can explain a lot of stuff while I do it. But yeah, this game is tough.
This run starts off very hot, I would say. It starts off with a very difficult trick that has a lot of moving parts in it, and I'm gonna try my best to explain it while Sirius is doing here. It's gonna happen very fast though. So first, what he's gonna do here is he's gonna climb this wall, and he's gonna abuse Link's climbing on version 1.0 of this game. It's a little bit bugged, so if you climb in the right spot in like between a wall and a ceiling where they meet, you can clip out of bounds. And then as I say that, he hits a cutscene trigger. There's multiple cutscene triggers that you have to attempt to jump over or otherwise avoid in this intro section. A lot of them are very difficult. Like that first cutscene trigger is super precise to avoid. You can barely make it over it with a jump slash. And now he's just gonna try to clip again, like I said. When a wall and a ceiling meet, sometimes the collision gets a little bit jank. And on version 1.0, Link's climbing is weird. So sometimes he'll just kind of like stick to the outside of the wall.
This is the worst.
Good clips though.
Yeah, the clips are good, but
clips are crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, another difficult thing about this intro section, which fortunately I don't think is an issue for Sirius right now, but it can be an issue for other people, is it can be very dark.
What is happening right now?
Areas, I'm sure you can tell.
Yeah, it's really dark. I can't really see the spot I have to go to. Okay, I was very, very scared there. Okay, this should be fine now.
Perfect. Yeah, even that little area he's standing has a cutscene trigger to his left and obviously a void to his right, so it's a pretty precise area that you need to land. And it's kind of a blind jump as well from where you start. And now he's climbing down this wall to avoid 2 more cutscene triggers. And from here, it's just a little bit of a walk. No more cutscene triggers to avoid until the very end, which we're actually not going to avoid this next one. This is going to be the last cutscene trigger. So he's just going to do a lot of these jumps, which he's going to be doing all throughout the run. These are called Mazdoor jumps, which is just chaining jump slashes mid-air to get a lot more horizontal distance without losing height. And with that, he's made it to the end of intro.
Yeah, this was already a really hard segment. Like when we found this, no one thought this would be run viable at any point. And then we practiced this for like hundreds of hours, I would even say, and we're still not 100% consistent at it. It's super difficult, but well, it saves over a minute, so we gotta do it in runs, especially in a short category like this.
Yeah, when this was first found, I remember the founder of it, Timber, saying like it would maybe save 15 seconds. Because it was just that difficult. Nobody thought that you could do it so fast. So like the original estimations were 15 seconds, but now runners have gotten so good at it and put so many hours into it that it saves over a minute, like almost 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's not even the hardest part at the beginning. The beginning of the run, we have a 4-minute cutscene right now, which we can't skip, unfortunately. And after this run, it's not gonna get any easier. And I would say after this intro is the biggest reset points, and it's really frustrating because it's right after a 4-minute cutscene. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely a rough start to the run. It's pretty much difficult trick after difficult trick after difficult trick until you get to like Fuse. And I'll explain something funny about Fuse, which might make that section even harder as well.
Yeah, there's something new. I already practiced it a bit, but it's not run viable yet. But we will come to that at some point, maybe in the next year.
Yeah, I'm sure eventually it will get implemented, and this run will just be crazy all the way through.
Now that you say it, I need my amiibo cards. I didn't pull them out yet. Yeah, we are running with amiibos, and there's like a really nasty thing with amiibos in this run. But we're gonna talk about that after the last shrine of the tutorial island. Yeah, it's a really rough run. It's a really hard run, and even if you play perfectly, RNG can screw you pretty hard. Because there's a reason I have 20 amiibo cards here.
Yeah, I think my worst has been like 29.
It's
for amiibo scanning.
It's something.
But on paper, it should be around a 25% chance each scan. So hopefully those odds ring true when we actually do scan.
I also want to give a big shout out to the Tears of the Kingdom community. It's a really awesome community. I met like so many great people there, and when I started practicing this game, I was just going to the Discord with some people in the voice, and they accepted me immediately. We were basically friends immediately. It was a great time. I think a lot of them are going to be in chat, and big shout out to them. If you want to learn this game or anything about it, just information, go to the Discord. A lot of awesome people there.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm also glad that Sirius and Sirius are gonna finally commentate a run together. It had never happened before.
Yes. We were actually talking about doing a 2-player 1 controller at some point. The serious duo. I want to make that happen. Maybe I'll come to Germany sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're wondering, he's from Canada and I'm from Germany, so it's a bit of a distance, but we will make it happen at some point. Okay, we talked through the intro. Formal cutscene is done. And as said before, now is another really hard trick coming up. And everyone uses the basically same setup for it, except of me. I have a completely different setup for it, it looks really cool. Way cooler than the other setups, but it's a bit harder, I would say.
It is actually faster.
Oh, and it is faster if you do it perfectly. But people got so good at the other lineup that I don't even think it's much faster anymore. Okay. Yeah, this trick, man. The history of it is crazy too.
Yeah, CSS is definitely another big wall. It's kind of a trick that's not too hard to hit once if you wanted to learn it yourself. But doing this consistently, I don't think any runner's 100% consistent, even after doing it thousands and thousands of times. It is just that precise. So what he's trying to do here is run off a very specific part of this cog that's going to give him speed when he jumps. It's a very small part of the cog that will actually give him speed. And then he's turning his camera facing away from where he's going and aiming his weapon that way and then doing a jump attack.
That should work, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
and
it's
what that's
super difficult
doing is just barely giving him enough height to land on that wall.
Yeah, if you look at this jump from distance, it's like a crazy distance you pass. Like, it barely works. And we didn't go up here for the shrine, actually. We need something else. First of all, it's way faster to go this way, even if we don't pick anything up here, because there's like a longer hallway, there's like a 40-second cutscene for that. It's really slow to go through there. So this trick is required in like any category, and that makes it like really hard for beginners, because you need to learn it. It saves so much time.
Yeah, one interesting thing about CSS is you actually skip the terminal in the beginning, which, you know, normally would open the door to your main path where you get out. And also, it gives you a teleport point. The floor will, like, glow blue, indicating that you can teleport there now. But since we completely skipped that, we don't get that teleport point. Yeah. So how are we going to get back up here to do recall later? The interesting thing is actually, that's one of the few kind of sequence breaks in this game. When we do get the teleport ability, we will still be able to teleport there, even though we never activated the terminal.
Yeah, it's completely visual. The teleport point is still there. Yeah, we got some wings, and I duplicated, I think, 24 immediately. Duplicating is super, super easy in this game. You basically just open the inventory, pull them in your hand, and press sort and close the menu at the same time, and you duplicate them. It's super, super easy, and I'm very scared about what is happening now. Oh,
Yes,
serious.
good luck on this.
If I fail this, I most likely lose 3 minutes immediately, so wish me luck.
Yeah, this trick is not just one trick, it goes on for a while. Let's go! Okay, so this is just the first part, but that was perfect. So that was wing flip, which is a super cool looking trick. He's basically canceling his fall damage by grabbing a wing and then pulling another wing and doing a jump slash to land on it.
Oh, this is something else.
That is not good.
That is...
You might be able to go bridge around.
Yeah, I think I can save this. This should work, right?
Yeah, just send it.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it.
If you're not on the wing, then that's fine.
Yeah, I need to... the important part about this is the floor is lava. I can't touch the ground. If I touch it here, it is fine. I can back it up. But if I touch the ground after this, it's really bad. So basically, this trick goes on before the... Am I on the ring? I can't see.
Might have to side hop.
Yeah.
Not a big deal, though.
Yeah, this trick goes from all the way up at recall till the end of Temple of Time, and it's a really long segment with a lot of smaller tricks that are kind of difficult, and if you mess any of them up, you basically get sent back to the beginning of it.
Yeah, it's very stressful depending on where you mess up, because we're really trying to avoid getting an autosave, especially at Temple of Time. So if you don't touch the ground from the beginning of Room of Awakening all the way to Temple of Time, but then you touch the ground, you're going to respawn at Temple of Time, and that is the worst, because spawning at Temple of Time is just... You can't go anywhere from Temple of Time. We need to... you didn't get the autosave.
Yeah, I hit
it. That's frame perfect. Okay, so this is the backup. He did not get the autosave by doing a frame perfect side hop out of that cutscene and landing on a wing. So the game did not register that he touched the ground because he just side hopped on frame 1.
Yeah,
so we have not touched the ground yet, even though it looked like we did. The game still thinks the last place we touched the ground was Room of Awakening.
Yeah, this makes this part even scarier, because if you touch the ground up there, there's a really easy back up. But if I touch it now, it's like I have to go all the way back. I can't mess this up.
Yeah, and especially some of the areas on Temple of Time, since we need to make a bridge of wings to make it to the door, because we need to get the shield and sword, which puts us below the staircase to the door, which means we have to make a bridge of wings to the door, and we want to do it fast, of course. But
I'm gonna play this super safe.
Likes to misbehave. It likes to be really weird. That looks good.
Yeah, this should be
fine.
fine.
Looks perfect. That should work.
Please end this. This is the most stressful part of the run for me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now it's just one shield jump.
I'll play the safe. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay,
now,
this was so stressful.
100%. He's going to spawn at Room of Awakening, and that is probably the hardest part of the run, the most time loss that you can take in a run out of the way.
Yeah, we're all the way up here again, and now this is the fastest way to get to the shrine, because at Temple of Time, you're like, you can't be any further away from the shrines. So to be up here again is super, super nice, because you see the first shrine right there. Walking there would take 5 minutes, and I'm there in 30 seconds. We have to fall damage cancel here though, because I mean we're gonna fall a bit. This is not difficult, but it's kind of hard to see right now.
Yeah, you need to react quite fast for this.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you can only grab the bottom half of that shrine because it angles inward. If the shrine is angling outward at all, then you're just gonna hit it. You're not gonna be able to grab it. So you need to grab a fairly specific part of that shrine to be able to grab it.
Yeah, these are not really difficult if you did them a lot, but sometimes we fail them 1 every 10 times, I would say. That's just normal.
Yeah. And it can be stressful. If you've done everything up until this point perfectly, you're more likely to fail it, because that's the main difficulty of the run out of the way. Now you're kind of cruising. All you gotta do is do an easy fall damage cancel, and then you mess it up, of course. And
yeah.
Have to reset.
Everything afterwards gets so much more stressful. This shrine used to be the easiest one. This shrine used to be a pause. You can just chill here. Not anymore. There's a new route we found how many months ago? I think 3 months or 2 months. It's been a while.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 months ago now.
And now there's a new glitch, which I think we needed like 4 weapons, 2 shields, and 2 bows before. And we found the new setup for that glitch, which only requires 2 bows. And we can get both of them in this shrine. So
yeah, very convenient. They put 2 bows in the shrine for us to set up this glitch.
yeah.
And it also it's perfect because we were already doing Ascend first because it's like the highest shrine, so it makes sense for us to work our way down, start at the highest, and make our way to the lowest.
Yeah, we don't really need the ability at all, but to get to the shrine is like super difficult afterwards because it's so high up. So we do it first and go to the most useful shrine with the most useful ability afterwards. Okay, our second bow, and now good luck explaining this because I don't know how this works.
Yeah, so this is called Quick Drop Smuggle, and it's going to happen very quick. So he's doing some menuing with the bow, and if you time it right, then the bow just sticks to your feet. There's a lot more going on than what I just said, but it happens in like 2 seconds, so I can't really explain it in depth. But if you do the menuing right, then the bow will stick to your feet, and Link will think he's holding a bow, but he's not. He's only holding an arrow. And in this state, you can pull your bow out and do a jump slash, but it cancels the jump slash so you can pull your bow again. And then you could do another jump slash and pull your bow and repeat that. And every jump slash gains you a little bit of height. And you could repeat this and infinitely gain height.
Yeah. And this is also really fast because if you turn your camera backwards, you don't lose any speed. So if you start this while we have a lot of speed, you can just keep that speed for the entire flight duration, which is really, really good, and we're going to use it everywhere. Also, this glitch is useful for almost everything. You name it, you can clip through walls with this, you can get a lot of speed with this, you can fly with it. Like, this glitch is so good for everything. Yeah, like, it's everything in this game. This glitch is like... Maybe even the, how do you call it? When the best glitch has been found?
Holy Grail.
Yeah, maybe even that.
Yeah.
Maybe GSI skip would be the Holy Grail, but...
Yeah, GSI skip would be the Holy Grail, but...
GSI is this entire island we are on right now. We can't skip the tutorial island. There has been a video out from Timber, shout out to him, how to skip this, but it's not possible in speedruns because you need a save file after the Great Sky Island, which we obviously don't get.
Yeah, it requires a crazy amount of setup and also takes like an hour each attempt. So
yeah,
obviously this runs less than an hour long. So
yeah, hopefully it's less than an hour long. As of every fail trick can lose you like so much time immediately. So the estimate is I think 55 minutes. If I do like 3 or 4 mistakes, we're not gonna hit that.
Yeah, this one's very punishing because every time you die, you will lose your arrow smuggle state, which is a lot of time loss depending on the area, because when you're in this arrow smuggle state and the bow is stuck to your feet, you cannot press A or you will pick up the bow. And this can make a lot of things really difficult. Is that going to work?
That should work, right? Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So that was a battery trick shot is what we call it. You can see the camera kind of going crazy here because he threw an orb below him and then spawned a wing and landed on it. And the orb hit a fan far below him that a construct was watching. And that woke up the construct, who then talked to us and told us about the battery ability and gives it to us all the way from up there. And now we get to see our first instance of arrow flight here, where Sirius is going to be chaining these jump attacks, canceling it, pulling at his bow, jump attack, canceling it, pulling at his bow, and you'll also occasionally see him do a shield surf, which just conserves his momentum better. And he's just going to be flying it straight to fuse much faster than like a wing could take you there or any other like mode of transportation. And you also see there a fall damage cancel that he did. He didn't die, even though we went all the way up from Ascend down to Fuse, because you can cancel your fall damage really easily with Arrow Smuggle just by pressing R after doing a jump slash.
Yeah, you also have to hold L, which I really didn't know for the longest time, and I was like, why do I die every time? I do the right inputs. Yeah, but you also need to hold left L for some reason. I really don't know why. Do you know why?
It apparently makes your like bow pull out faster, so like the animation is quicker. And you need that animation to be like quick to get the fall damage cancel.
Interesting. Didn't know that. Yeah, Fuse is the most useful ability in this game. We use it for bomb jumps, which are really, really good. And is there anything else we use it for? Maybe for Zagel later, but
yeah, for more damage for a weapon for Ganondorf.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Okay, the shrine.
Yeah, so the first half of this shrine at least is like basically casual, but I did explain earlier that there's something that changed with this shrine. Somebody named Moz found an out of bounds way to do this shrine where we clip out of bounds immediately, do a shield surf up to the ceiling of the shrine, and then clip back in bounds with a really, really precise clip. It's called a ragdoll clip. And if you were to do this like absolutely perfectly, maybe you would save like in a real run like maybe 10 to 15 seconds, which is pretty substantial. But it's just so incredibly difficult to do. Like just the first like clip and getting the shield surf up to the roof is like very difficult. So
yeah,
we will be doing inbounds views probably for a while still.
Whoops.
All right, so he's doing an airflight here, not just because it looks cool, but it actually skips a trigger below him. There's a construct that would normally activate and give him like a 5-second long cutscene of it activating. But if you fly over it with airflight close to the ceiling, the trigger doesn't actually extend all the way to the ceiling. So
but it's very close. It's very close to the ceiling. You have to be like, if you mash it, you lose too much height and you will hit the trigger. But you have to have like a good rhythm to not hit it. It's actually kind of difficult if you practice it for the first time, but if you get used to it, it's like really easy.
Yeah, it can be hard because you can also go too fast and like bump into the ceiling, and that'll push you down.
Yeah,
into
that's
the
what
trigger.
I mean.
So you definitely have to have like a consistent rhythm.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so this is what we like to call an OOT setup because it's just a very consistent setup for angle and position. And now he's going to do another aeroflight. And that angle setup was just to get the fastest speed off this bomb jump while maintaining a good angle to fuse. And he's actually going so fast here that he needs to be really quick with these aeroflights, as quick as he can, basically, to get enough height to make it to the shrine. Because the shrine is higher up than he started. So he actually has to gain height on this aeroflight, quite a bit of it too. And to do that, he has to do these aeroflights very, very fast. If you do it too fast, you will just do a normal jump slash. You won't get the cancel.
Okay.
Nice grab.
Yeah, you're supposed to land up here, but this works perfectly fine.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying with the height. You were just a little bit too low, but
the angle actually saved it.
Yeah.
My mistake actually saved me. That's the first time. Yeah, Ultra Hand, do we need this ability at all?
For the clock puzzle and fuse.
Not if you're fast enough, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I need this ability at all.
There's pretty much no use for this ability.
That's why we do it last. Well, yeah. It's also the nearest shrine to the Temple of Time, which we need to go afterwards. So it's... The ability is useless, and it's really convenient to go last here.
Yeah. Ultra Hand also brings us closest to Temple of Time. So we kind of take this clockwise route to ascend to fuse to Ultra Hand, and that brings us around back to Temple of Time, where we need to go next anyway. So it's just perfectly convenient to do the shrines in this order. That order will probably never change unless some crazy thing with fuse gets found. We might do fuse first. Yeah, so seriously, just setting up a ledge bomb here. It's actually quite precise to get the perfect ledge bomb, but you can get like a crazy amount of speed off that if you get the ideal ledge bomb.
Yeah, I was hoping to get that.
The third best, but it's still like a good amount of speed.
Why am I flying there? What was that? Okay. Yeah, I was hoping to get like a crazy angle because it looks super funny. You fly so fast across the entire shrine. It's like this entire flight would have been like probably even 5 seconds faster. It looks crazy. I didn't get it, but it's fine. I didn't fail it. That's the best part.
Yeah, it's better than overshooting. If you overshoot, then you just miss completely and have to redo the setup. So
I think there is a better setup for it nowadays, but I didn't learn it yet.
Yeah, I definitely like the new one more. But they're both like they're similarly like precise.
And I still refuse to do the wing thing here. I practiced it today. I'm not consistent at it, and if I fail it, I die. So I won't do it.
Yeah, this is definitely the safer route. But I actually find this route to be scarier. You do take fall damage, which isn't too much of a factor, but it's a little bit scary. But it's just convenient that you just jump off there.
Yeah.
and get a good angle.
That's not good. Yeah, I was not.
Now you have to do the wing thing.
Now I have to do the wing thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Or just walk. Yeah, I was not supposed. I canceled that too early. Now I have to do the wing thing because I can't take another fall damage.
Yeah, so you just do a wing drop and jump slash onto the wing. You need to fuse a bomb.
Yeah.
Nice.
This angle is crazy.
That's fine.
Yeah. It is fine. Okay, yeah, so this is faster than what I think it's like 3 seconds faster or something, and you don't take...
To see both.
Yeah, we have to do that again, but I think it's like 5 seconds faster or something. You save like 3 seconds at
Even
this
more
flight.
if you do the crouch dash wing drop.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I never looked at it.
There's a way to do that wing drop where you basically just run off and land on the wing, but it's super precise because you normally don't have enough speed to land on the wing while you spawn it. It'll just fly away from you. But if you do a precise crouch dash at the very ledge, he'll kind of like fling himself towards the wing and barely make it.
Yeah, it's super difficult.
Yeah, by far the fastest way of doing it, but super difficult. And if you fail it, then it's going to lose you at least like 10-15 seconds. In
one of the first routes we found, we kind of did this without a bomb jump, like flying with a wing to Temple of Time. And we had speed 3 or speed 2 with that. And that was already difficult to do the wing drop with speed. And to do it without speed is like super difficult.
Yeah, you barely make it onto the wing. It's always sketchy.
Do you do that in runs? I was wondering.
Yeah, I do.
That's crazy.
Unless, like, if I'm on a really good pace out of Ultra Hand, then I'll do the safer one, but...
Okay. So we're gonna touch the wall and immediately let go. I mean, I don't have any health anyway, so... But, yeah.
Quarter health is not gonna cut it for that door.
Yeah. So Raul tells us that we don't have enough health. We are too weak for this door. So we gotta do the last shrine. And if you remember, we never activated the teleport point. It's still there for some reason. And if you pay attention now, the ground is like the ground doesn't have the teleport point. We just spawn on nothing.
Yeah.
That's just sand.
Normally, every teleport point has like a blue circle, but you'll see here that we're just gonna spawn and there will be nothing.
Oh my god, one of the scariest parts coming up. I hate it so much. I refuse to do. Like it's. What is the chance? Like 12.5% for each scan that we get what we want.
That was only for Topaz. For Topaz or Ruby, it should be like 25.
Really, it's that high?
Yeah.
No, there's no way. I thought it was like 7.5 for each, and then like they add up to like 12.5. I thought.
It does feel that way sometimes, but I've heard 25%.
That's crazy, okay. Yeah. Also, scanning is really sketchy. I didn't fuse a bomb. I got that.
Yeah, so this entire shrine is on a cycle. It's not a big deal if you're like a little bit late to the cycle. We're just going to use Ultra Hand to like bring the dials together anyway.
Yeah, because I've had to fuse a bomb, I'm going to be late to the cycle now. I hope I'm not too late.
It really doesn't lose much time. It's not like, oh no, we have to wait for the clock now. No, you can just... You don't even have to use the recall ability in the shrine called Recall. You could just use Ultra Hand for the puzzle.
Yeah.
Which is definitely like the philosophy of Tears. Like you can find your own solutions. There's not just one solution.
Okay, give me those amiibo cards. Ugh.
Yeah, so he's going to be scanning the Daruk amiibo here. And we're only looking for 1 or 2 drops out of the entire drop table, which is a Topaz or a Ruby. And that is a rare gem drop. So it's going to drop a bunch of like rock salt and flint, which are common. And we're going to be hoping that he also gets a Topaz or Ruby, not a Sapphire. Sapphire is also a rare drop, but Sapphire is useless. We want Topaz or Ruby. So that scan, nothing.
Scanning is so sketchy. I really don't like it.
Yeah, the second scan is always
Oh my god, I got it immediately.
And that's a Topaz, second try.
Okay, that's really good.
That is super good.
Okay, one more time the trick to Temple of Time now. Because the reason why we scan the amiibo here is because there's like a really inconsistent load here. And if we take our time and just scan amiibos, the load gets more consistent, gets faster, so we just save a bunch of time there. Yeah, that's why we scan it there.
Yeah, we would like to scan it earlier at like Ascend, just so like if we get terrible RNG, then we can reset faster, of course. But we like to do it here, just because it saves time. It saves like two or 3 seconds on average from the faster load, so might as well take that free time save.
I just saw that I don't have bombs. I should do. Is 2 enough? 1, 2. Yeah, that's exactly enough. Okay,
Yeah.
I would say we have some time for donations right now.
All right, thank you very much. I have 10 euros from Leaf, saying thanks for the fun week.
Nice. So GSI is over now. Normally we should be around like 30 minutes now. I'm not quite sure what the time is right now. I can't see it. So this was basically the tutorial island, and it's everything that comes after this is basically way easier than the tutorial island because we have like more tools to work with. But if I die at any point at this time, it's gonna be really bad. I tried to practice the backup, but it's like the backup is way harder than if I just get it first try.
Yeah, so if you die here, you lose your arrow smuggle, like I said earlier, and that means we can't do infinite height. But you actually can do infinite height. You just have to do it manually by doing a bunch of menuing to cancel your jump slash.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna
like punch.
I'm gonna reset up arrow smuggling. I have like a setup for it, but it's kind of sketchy, and I have the bow like below me every time. I need to manipulate it a little bit to. Oh, that was not good. And now I need another bomb.
There is one thing, I don't know if you want to learn new strats on the run, but if you zuggle 4 bows to fill your inventory, then you won't pick up the bow at your feet.
Interesting. We should not learn that on the fly in a marathon run.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is GSI. We are gonna go immediately to Schloss Hyrule now. Castle Hyrule. Schloss is German. And on the way, we're gonna duplicate those topazes. This setup, I really don't like it, but with topaz, I have to do it.
Yeah, so Topaz dupes weird for some reason. When you're on a wing, like where the gems spawn is really odd. And if you try to do a shield surf to dupe, then Topaz often will fly way behind you and just not land on the wing at all. That's fine. You can do the...
I don't know how. I really don't know. I have to walk to Schloss Hyrule now. The Castle Hyrule, my god. Well, we're gonna be on a walk for a while.
You can do some arrow flies, probably faster than walking.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but not from up here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk. It's fine. So, if I scan an amiibo, I'm not gonna get a horse, right? Yeah.
Do you have an opponent amiibo?
No, I don't. I only have the Deluxe over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to my casual playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom. This is Hyrule Kingdom. This is really bad. I was thinking about bringing in a horse amiibo, but this like never happens. I also still have to dupe the topazes.
Yeah, you can land on a wing again to try to save that, but you can also get like knocked back and take damage, and it can be really
yeah. As I said,
it's also like you need to know how to do it.
Yeah,
not something you can kind of just do.
There are so many backup strats to learn, and this is like one of the only ones I didn't learn. So now we're gonna walk to the castle.
Yeah, like everything in this game, if you mess it up, it's just massive time loss. Like everything in this game is so punishing. If you make a single mistake, it's just major time loss.
But the run has been decently good so far, so I think we are still gonna be underestimated by a lot. If I don't mess up anymore, I should have not said that.
This just means that we have more BSG.
Yeah, it's the last run. I can probably take this like 2 hours.
Yeah, it will be fine.
Fine. Okay, we're almost there. We don't have to go up there. We just have to be over the bridge. Do I take the shrine? No, I don't. Oh no, that's the tutorial shrine.
If you remember, speedrunning this game in the early days, there's like an ascend you can do here. Do you remember that spot?
Yeah, I remember that. We played a lot of bingo in this game. It's a really good game for bingo, and since we don't use glitches in there, this is like we always have to walk this way, so I still know it. Man, this is such a beautiful game. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, I need Ultra Hand actually now. Look at this.
Oh yeah, actual. I mean, you could just climb around, but
Okay.
real use of Ultra Hand.
So how much time did they lose? Probably only like 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's actually not that bad.
So PV is probably dead. Let's be honest here. Okay, so normally we would have went all the way over here to this balcony. It's right over here somewhere, right? Yeah. And we still have ever smuggled, which is really important. I still need to dupe the topazes. I didn't do that yet. I waited till here because I can do it like off this edge. Otherwise I would break my shield. And I still need my shield. I need like 23, don't talk to that guy. I have 16, so a few more.
And you can see just how fast the dupes are. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, this should be enough.
Yeah, just like that, 25.
So now we're gonna go out of bounds, because there's normally like a really big way to go to Gandalf, or to the army, and we skip all of that. I need that shield.
That's fine.
Yeah, that is. Okay, now, do I see anything? It's very dark now, and there are a lot of invisible walls here. It's kind of easy to dodge them, but if you don't see anything, it's, well, they're invisible anyway, so.
Yeah, you definitely need to like have a few references here to make sure you're avoiding the invisible wall.
I can see plenty.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, this is a really nice screen. Shoutouts to AOC.
Also, another difficulty of that area is there's invisible walls, but also like some of those tree branches spawn in super late, so you could just be diving down what looks like an open area, and then just all of a sudden a tree branches in your face.
Okay, I'm gonna take an autosave here. This normally we don't get this, but I'm just gonna take it because it should be right about here, right? Where is it? Give it to me.
Below, maybe.
Should be somewhere here. Out of bounds. Normally you don't get autosaves, but I'm. Oh, there it is.
There
okay.
It is, huge.
If I load that now, I'm inbounds, and this is just in case I die. I learned the backup strat if I die, so I can reload that. This was sketchy. Does this work? Yeah, it does. Okay.
Nice.
So we did a ragdoll clip to get back inbounds. It's just we get a decent amount of speed to get go through the wall, and now we are at the demon army.
Yeah, so this is by far the scariest part of the run because he needs to be throwing topaz at all of these bokoblins and all the 4 phases of army. And if any of the topaz hit him, he dies. If any of like, you know, the arrows of the bokoblins hit him. Also, one thing you'll notice is because he has topaz, when he shocks a bokoblin, they throw their weapons in the air. And multiple times we've had it happen where they throw their weapons in the air into the topaz that you just threw.
This guy,
and then
can he
it
die?
blows up the topaz.
Okay, he's dead. I did it.
Perfect. So we're also going to be trying to pick up some items here. So it's not just killing army, it's also trying to pick up some items like that boss bokoblin horn. But the transitions for phases sometimes is really, really quick. So you just don't have enough time to pick up the items you want. Fortunately, though, there's multiple like items you could get. You could get the Lizalfos horn. Worst case scenario, you could get the Moblin horn.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to pick up. This is the scariest phase. This guy, I need more opus. I missed everything.
Yeah, he's gonna get 2 halberds here, and ideally that boss bokoblin horn. Okay, that's all you need. So that's good. That is all you need.
Yeah.
For the rest of the run is his 2 halberds and a boss bokoblin horn.
I don't have enough topaz anymore now, though, but this is fine.
You have enough topaz.
Do I?
Actually, maybe you should do.
I have 5. I have all the items, so I can just duplicate this here right now. This is enough. Okay.
Perfect.
How did I hit him, but he survived? Oh, I didn't duplicate. Did I duplicate this time? Yeah, okay, this is enough.
Yeah, perfect. Once you're past army, it's a lot safer, so it's better to play this safe than to die and have to restart army completely, and you can get stuck in a loop of that if you're unlucky. Fortunately, Moblins isn't too bad. Don't want to jinx it.
I didn't say anything.
But Moblins is the easiest, so...
Yeah.
But you can die to it. People have lost runs to that phase.
I just saw the weapon fly up there in my throwing path, and I was like, oh no, don't say it, don't say it. And then he said that, but he didn't hit me. I'm going to pick up a shield just in case mine dies. I don't think it will. I think I still have enough durability, but let's just do this.
Yeah, so he's fusing a wing here for a reason. He's going to be doing a faster version of getting to Ganondorf here, called Ganondorf Aeroflight. So as you've seen throughout the entire run, we've been doing Aeroflight, and you can actually do an Aeroflight in this little hallway to Ganondorf, but it's a lot more precise because it's a very difficult to get momentum in this hallway. But using a pretty precise setup, we can actually get a ledge bomb that will allow us to fly straight to Ganondorf. And in the meantime, he has to zuggle 4 spears.
I think it's 5, but it's better to do one more than one less.
Yeah, for sure. And dupe a horn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that afterwards so it doesn't slide down and I lose it.
True.
I think my camera is bugged. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the camera here gets really awkward. I'm gonna
once
reset
it gets scuffed, you just gotta like kind of fight it.
Okay, so if you're back here, it normally fix it itself. Nope, it doesn't.
Yeah, I like to run back out and like re-enter.
Should be. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I can't see anything. Where am I? Okay, I'm gonna go all the way back. Like, if it scuffs once, it's getting really awkward.
Yeah, it does not like to behave. Like even then, like you're not even at the thing, but it just gets completely stuck.
Yeah, because.
So it should be good now.
Nintendo, fix your out of bounds camera, please.
Yeah, this looks better.
Yeah, this looks good. Okay. I need to understand on specific coordinates where they're. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found my spot.
Perfect. And again, we're going to be clipping back in bounds this time, but with the same method as we clipped out of bounds.
Okay.
Of course, the camera's being a little bit difficult, so
yeah,
it's hard to see if we've clipped, but that looks good.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna.
You might have gone skew, but
yeah, unfuse this. I'm not gonna do the bomb. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fuse it. I'm gonna this. A lot of stuff I normally don't do, and I'm gonna stand right over here. Okay.
No skew. Wow, let's go. Okay, so that's a good angle. Just needs to fly. Pretty precise flight here, actually, because the lag in this area from Colgera, as well as this terrain like going up and all the roots around you that you can hit, makes that flight very precise.
Yeah, the lag likes to eat an input, and if it eats one of them, you just lose the flight. I didn't go all the way. I think I probably still saved time with it. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, minus all the menuing, that was definitely about even, yeah.
Yeah, I did want too many, but it's fine.
Yeah, so you can see Ganondorf's health bar from that trick called Zuggling, which I never really explained, but it's just stacking a bunch of spears on top of each other. And then when you fuse an item to it, it also stacks the fuse damage. So when you combine that with ×5 damage with a really good weapon...
He really doesn't like me, huh? Give me the Chilean.
Yeah, these phantoms can be very annoying because they like to like...
Oh!
You like to target the phantoms instead of Ganondorf. But fortunately got the Flurry Rush, which is all we're trying to do. Just one Flurry Rush ends the phase.
Yeah, the club is the hardest weapon you can pick up. The timing for it just looks wrong, even though it's not hard to get, but it just looks wrong to me. I don't know why. You can have the sword.
It's actually earlier than you think, which is kind of weird for this game.
Yeah, you can have a sword, a spear, or the club, and the spear is the fastest, sword is like second, and club is just slow. Especially because you can like do an attack at first. You can cancel if you go close immediately. I didn't see it immediately, so I didn't do it. He did the attack. But yeah. And the last phase is just hit him once, he flurry rushes you flurry rush his flurry rush, and he is dead. But Kogura is still alive.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
No deaths.
No deaths. Yeah, that's actually crazy.
But still a very difficult trick left to do. So after you kill the Demon King, he actually eats his secret stone and turns into a dragon.
Spoiler.
Called the Demon Dragon. And normally this fight in a casual playthrough is kind of like Dark Beast Ganon from Breath of the Wild, where it's kind of just a victory lap. You hit his weak points, go around. He can't really do anything to you, and you win. But in a speed run, we want to do it fast. And unlike Dark Beast, you can actually speed up this fight. You can actually bring it down to what would normally be a 4-cycle fight, where you need to get one eye, land on Zelda, get the next eye 4 times. We can actually bring it down to a 2-cycle by getting 2 eyes each cycle. So we're going to try to do that, but it is a very precise trick.
Yeah, it is really difficult. If I mess up immediately, it's probably faster to die than to end the fight, because Zelda gets in like really weird position, because you normally supposed to have the paraglider here. We don't have that, so you can't really. Yeah, Zelda is just gonna be in really weird spots if you mess up with this strat.
Yeah, the way that I like to describe it is that the Demon Dragon is constantly on a cycle, and Zelda is also constantly on a different cycle. And there's only basically one way that we can line up their cycles in such a way that we can get 2 eyes in each cycle.
Yeah.
So everything has to go perfect, and you have to be fast enough to each eye to maintain the cycle.
Yeah, and those cycles are really, really tight. If I mess up, I maybe have like in the entire fight 2 seconds to spare. Maybe even less in some places. It's really difficult. You see, we have like 5 halberds on top of each other right now, and the Master Sword. I need to get rid of this halberds because they do no damage. Yeah.
It's interesting. We just saw the 5 halberds just destroy Ganondorf, but for this fight, they really wanted you to use the Master Sword. So they actually like really nerfed the damage of like every other weapon, and Zuggling also just doesn't work on this boss as far as I know. So we just drop our Zuggle and use the Master Sword because it does the most damage by far. And now you can see he already did the first part perfectly and landed at that first eye as quick as he could. And he gets launched up and is going to place a wing so it could fly to the second eye before the Demon Dragon starts moving. Normally after you hit his first eye, that's his like cue to like, okay, I'm going to start moving and go into my next phase. But we get there fast enough with a wing to hit his eye 3 times because we fuse the Boss Bokoblin Horn, which makes it 1 less hit, which makes the cycle a little bit more lenient. And now we got 2 in 1 cycle, and now he's moving. Now we can time getting off Zelda at the correct time here to make it to the 3rd eye, hopefully. So as she turns her head, he's gonna jump off. And because the dragon was going, I think he was going counterclockwise, the dragon can also go counterclockwise or clockwise, and depending on that, you need to adjust how you fly to him. Both work. And at the very end, he gets shots out the wrong way, which is fine. You could probably still make it to the eye.
Yeah, this is like now I'm okay. This is something
No,
else. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I'm not gonna make it. You can get shot to the. Maybe I still make it.
Yeah, you just won't get the fast.
Oh.
Yeah, you just won't get the fast ending.
Yeah. Even though I hit the last eye, I'm still off cycle. There's like a skip here which saves the like. Okay, Zelda. Can you catch me? Hello. What is happening?
Yeah, this is classic Zelda. Fortunately, we have to waste time anyway because Ganondorf is going to do a whole extra cycle now.
Yeah, normally we skip all of this. So because I messed up, I was too slow. He does another attack, and normally could just go kill him right now, but we can't because he's doing an attack because I was too slow. So I just have to wait here until he is done with his stuff. And I really like the music here.
Yeah, it's some of the best music in the game for sure.
If you're on a PB pace at this point, this hits different.
Yeah, for sure. Once you get that last eye,
yeah, this should be fine.
Super satisfying. So normally if you do get the full cycle where you get to the 4th eye in time, he'll transition to his last phase properly and not do that whole extra phase we had to deal with. And you can actually land at the last eye on his head really fast as well.
Okay.
And importantly, he is going to be mid-air for this last hit, and that's going to skip an 8-second loading screen that only happens on version 1.0 of this game for some reason, because they just want to make the run even harder for us.
Yeah.
So we have to be midair for that last hit or we lose 8 seconds. So if you're only 8 seconds ahead of PB and then you land on the floor or land on his head, you get an 8-second loading screen and there goes your PB.
I really don't know why, but you get an 8-second black screen if you on the ground, and if you are mid-air, it doesn't happen. It's I can't tell you.
It makes no sense. I don't know why being mid-air changes it.
Okay, so time is coming up in I think in around 40 seconds.
Just like 1 minute exactly.
1 minute, okay. Yeah, as soon as I'm gonna touch Zelda's hand, it's gonna be time. So this is just a victory lap. You just dive down. Nothing can really go wrong anymore.
You can forget to press A and then fly back up to the top.
I'm so scared every time I'm here on the PB phase. Like nothing, there's nothing hard, but if you miss an input, you just get sent back to the beginning.
I don't think anyone celebrates before grabbing Zelda's hand, even though this is like almost impossible to lose time on. Nobody celebrates just until the last input is done.
Yeah. And time. Oh. GG. I hit all the hard parts and messed up all the easy parts. Love that.
You showed off all the tricks that you got. Wing flip, you did all the tricks.
Yeah, that was a really good run. Except of walking to Rival Castle, I guess.
Yeah, I got to see how beautiful Hyrule is. You don't really get to see that in this run. It's GSI and then Ganondorf, so
yeah,
we got to see a bit of Hyrule.
Yeah. So thank you, Sirius, for joining me, and thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. And
it's GG, man.
I hope you all liked the run.
Yes, we like that run indeed. All right, everybody, that was the very last run of BSG Annual 2024. Oh, I mean, don't be sad quite yet, because we have one last thing left in store, the afterthoughts, and I think also a couple of clips. Yes. So yeah, let's go to an intermission and we'll be right back.